Oh, she kept the placenta?
That's what she does.
Erykah Badu shouldn't have to keep the placentas of kids that aren't even her own. Jaguar Wright has a pretty good idea of why, and she says that Erykah uses some of the placentas she keeps in her routines.
And welcome to the Badudio bedroom.
Erykah became a certified doula in 2011 and said in 2015 that she was studying to become a nurse. Since then, she has been helping women with their deliveries. When asked how she became a doula, Erykah said that it just happens. I don't plan how many people I can work with. I don't change anything. It's for my own learning, and I just enjoy being on the receiving committee. I automatically became an AA honey. To many, it may just look like giving birth and being on the welcome committee, but for Jaguar, the whole process is more than just giving birth. Erykah does it every time she gives birth. Jag says that she actually said that Erykah kept the placentas of the babies when she said that Summer Walker's management team let the silliest things happen to her. She sent Summer to Erykah Badu. Sand is said to have put spells on Summer, prayed about graves, and kept the placentas of her babies while she was with Erykah. Take a look at what Jaguar said.
They allowed all kinds of and they sent her down there to Erykah Badu's house to be cast spells on about graves and letting that woman give birth her babies and keep all of that placenta.
Now, other than S. Walker, Erykah's other famous customer was Tana Taylor.
Considering home birth, and I'm actually going to be doing it with Erykah.
Oh, okay. She gonna be okay. She is a midwife.
They're gonna deliver. Yeah, they're gonna deliver my baby.
What Jaguar said also meant that Erykah saved the placenta for her own rituals. Does this mean that she keeps the placentas of all the kids she has delivered? Is that part of the deal if you actually want Erykah to AA a baby? I don't know about that, but I know that this story of Erykah being some sort of witch has been around for decades. I mean, she's even said herself that she's a witch, and I don't know if it's because people are always calling her that or if it's because she actually means it. For instance, in 2016, Erykah posted a fun promotional video in preparation for the 2016 Soul Train Awards, and one of her followers on Facebook wrote a comment after watching the video. I've always enjoyed her music and eccentric style, but that's a witch head, and any other celeb who wears it does to serve that purpose. Plain as day can't be down with that aspect. Erykah was actually the first person to reply to the note, and she wrote, "I'm a witch." Apparently, the way she talks and the things she sometimes says also give off some serious witch vibes.
I also like to use my own wand. Beautiful instrument, very low frequency, good for the lower chakras, the lower nature, to energy, creative energy, tribal energy.
Okay, other than that, she herself has said that people have also always said that her relationships give off some pretty witchy vibes, especially that bad book story. In fact, Erykah has been asked a few times about her bad box, including one time when she was on the Tamarind Hall show.
You are keenly aware of the urban legend that men can't look you in the eye without falling in love.
That's why I try to wear,
Well, Erykah tried to be a little coy with her answer, but she could not say that the bad box is not a real thing.
That's a lot of pressure.
Women too.
Yeah. Oh.
And children and animals.
So think any breathing thing.
Any living, breathing thing.
She also went on to explain where the real power lies, and according to her, the power is in her brain.
I think it's indescribable. And the bedroom, that's not where you're gonna find it, because my magic doesn't lie between my thighs, it lies between my ears.
But you know what guys who've dated Erykah in the past have said? There's something about her, and while none of them have openly said anything specific about Erykah being a witch, there has always been a conspiracy theory that she gives them some sort of passion fruit. One of Erykah's ex's comment actually talked about the Badu box when he said in a 2014 interview that yeah, the Badu box is real, it can take you to another world. But seriously, that's when you meet somebody that's really special and you're like, man, this woman she got something else. Man, it ain't just the looks, it's like something that's kind of like spirit-wise where you're like, this woman got something else. The doctor talked with the Dallas Observer, and he gave information about Erykah's Dallas home and spoke about how enchanted he was by her and how he hoped to film a reality show that would end with the two of them tying the knot in the final episode. Did Joe see how Andre 3000 completely changed after he met Erykah? I mean, I've heard rumors that Erykah passed spells on him to help him keep his success, and the moment they broke up, Andre's career started to go south.
There have been times where I was like, I prayed to a God that I didn't even know it existed, really.
Yes.
Prayed like, I would rather you take this away from me.
Yes.
All of this.
And just
if I could just feel normal.
like that.
If I could just feel normal, like take voice, career, all that shit. You can have it.
Yes.
If I could feel normal.
Well, if there's one ex who's also made people think that Erykah casts a spell on her partners, it has got to be Carl Jones. So she met Carl sometime around 2014 when Erykah was asked to do a voiceover for Black Dynamite. At the time when they met, Carl was married, and his wife was reportedly right by his side when Erykah was completing the voiceover job, but he still fell head over heels for Erykah. In fact, in 2015, Carl couldn't stop tweeting about Erykah, and he shared countless selfies of Erykah and announced his love for her. He was married while doing these things like a crazed man. A source even told the Jasmine brand that their alleged affair allegedly led to the end of Carl's marriage. Carl really needs to tell us exactly what was going on there anyway, back in 2020. Erykah also told Rolling Stone that there's an urban tale that her JJ changes men, saying the men that I fall in love with change jobs and lives. Speaking of her private parts, the same year, in 2020, Erykah also chose to drop her Badu Premium Incense, a frag she made to smell at her private parts, and it sold out on her online shopping store within minutes of its availability. While explaining why she came up with a product that literally represented her essence, Erykah told Bet, first of all, I'm Erykah Badu, and secondly, in this business, it's a legend that my box changes people. It changes their influences, their religion, their politics, and everything else, so that's why I decided to do it. I feel like everybody deserves it because of what the smoke was actually made of. I took lots of pairs of my clothes, cut them up into little pieces, and burned them. Even the ash is part of it, baby. How many of the people who bought the incense to come gave their reviews and what they were thinking, because why on earth would you purchase a fragrance that smells like somebody else's private parts? Vibes Glasses Malone also once told the story of how he was crazily attracted to Erykah when he first saw her, and just before he could approach her, Birdman told him to slow down, fall down, and not approach her because she's a witch.
I looked in his face, and it did not look like it was no joke. It looked like he was serious. Like, she had some powers. And I remember just calming down, like, you know what? Let me listen to this. You know, he's from New Orleans, Louisiana, so, you know, they know about all that.
In addition, there have been a few other questionable things, like in April 2014, Erykah was slammed by the US-based Human Rights Foundation for performing at the birthday celebration of King Maswati Iti, somebody who was credited as Africa's last absolute monarch who ruled in luxury in a country notorious for its poverty and spiraling HIV rates. And guess what? Erykah even gave King Maswati with a $100 bill and a good luck stone. She was also charged with disorderly conduct for appearing nude in D Plaza in Dallas, Texas, while shooting the social political performance art self-directed music video for her single window seat. In addition, in February 2012, Erykah Badu's show was also canceled in Malaysia because it was found that she had applied a temporary tattoo of the word Allah on a part of her body. I don't know why she keeps getting in trouble for things some people would call ritualistic. So when Jaguar is talking about Erykah being a witch, she's not the one coming up with all these allegations, but do you actually think that Erykah is a witch? And do you find it weird that she keeps the placentas of the babies she delivers? Well, that is, if she actually keeps them, because Erykah herself has not said anything like that. Those are Jag's words, but let me know if Erykah gives you the witchy vibes in the comments part below.